Rockingham's definitely a tough place to survive. You know, a lot of cars attrition's going to take its apart on a lot of cars, I think.
It's still the same old Rockingham. It looks blacker because of the sealer, but there's just absolutely no grip out there whatsoever.
We're just eating up tires left and right, which I guess is just the way Rockingham's always been.
You go out there and you make a first good lap, and your second lap, you know, you fall off a half a second. And you just sit back and wonder, what the heck are you going to do for 312 laps, you know, with 6 sets of tires?
I think this race is going to be an exercise in patience, really. I mean, I think that there's not going to be a lot of sense in racing real hard the first 150, 200, 250 laps even.
I heard the word patience come up there, and I think the only one who really has patience today is Joey Logano, but he can be patient now because he's pretty much about to lap the field.
Sure, he's just put Frank Kimmel a second lap down now, and Frank's running in the 10th spot, but we saw Jeremy Clements on the apron of the racetrack, so obviously he had a problem. And while we were away, another car right around the top 10, Clay Rogers, made an unscheduled pit stop.
So that attrition that Justin Marks mentioned as well coming into play. The one of Tom Hessert.
Tom's being shown in the 11th position. Tom, in his first year, there's Jeremy Clements on pit road. Tom has had all 4 top 15 finishes this year. Great start. Jim, what's going on with Jeremy Clements?
The car's very tight. They actually got involved in the practice crash on Friday, and they took out the radiator and took out the oil cooler and such. So they're just checking underneath. They shut the motor down. The car, he said, handling-wise was tight, but now they're looking at the left side of the engine. Now they're going to the right, so obviously an issue with the motor here on Clements number 3. These guys are battling back again. As I mentioned, they thought about going to a backup car. They had a decent piece. They're in the top 10 to this point, and now looking at the back side of the right side of the motor, guys. They now just set up the radio, blew it up.
Tough break for Jeremy Clements. Always runs competitively when he runs here in the ARCA RE Max Series. Does not run the full schedule, but always count on him being in contention, but tough break for Jeremy.
You touched a little bit on Tom Hessert.
Yeah, the Mako Ford out of Andy Belmont stable. You see right there all 4 top 15 finishes, including that great run in 6th at Daytona. And I was talking to Tom and his dad, who actually ran here in the Busch Series back in the day. So his father has a little bit of experience here at Rockingham, but obviously the first time here for Tom.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Jim Trado.
Yeah, I just talked to Andy Belmont a moment ago. I said, what have you been working on throughout the day? Hessert seems to be pretty comfortable now. He said, you know what? We had a good car before the race. It's been good throughout, but Andy Belmont, being the veteran, said, man, you know what? I got to tell you, I screwed up. We should have pitted. Kind of in that scenario a lot of teams got caught in when Logano had that long stretch. Belmont thinks they have a top contending car, but track situation and staying out and getting lapped and put them a little bit behind the 8 ball. But right now he's very happy with how the car is handling. They've been adjusting with a bit of a wedge, bit of track bar, just small adjustments for Tom Hessert in his first trip here at the Rock.
One of the problems that is facing Ken Schrader, as he has worked so diligently to get to be the first car 1 lap down, the problem is that Matt Hawkins is not keeping up his end of the deal here because he's not able to stay up to the same pace as Joey Logano, and if he gets put a lap down, then he will be the recipient of the Aaron's Lucky Dog once again.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But remember, Matt Hawkins had to restart this race from the tail end of the longest line because he got our last Aaron's Lucky Dog. So that's why he started out probably 10 seconds behind, but he's being shown only about 3 to 4 seconds in front of our leader, Joey Logano, and that would put him a lap down.
Again, we've completed 252 laps. We're on lap 253, and the caution has come out, which is going to be very good for Ken Schrader because he will now be on the lead lap. We're hearing it's from debris on the front stretch, bringing out this, the 11th caution of the day.
That's Brian Silas right there, limping around the racetrack. From his onboard, there's some smoke trailing behind that Nordtrack Shell Rotella T Ford. Looks like he's flat-sided that car a little bit of damage to the left front as well. So tough break for Brian Silas. He was being shown up in the top 15 to 20.
Glad Andy's not up here with us now. If he would have had to have seen that firsthand. Yes. Andy Hillenberg, owner of this car.
See all the damage to the right side of that car, but bad news for Brian Silas, great news for Kenny Schrader, yeah. And as well Matt Hawkins, right. Because now Matt will be able to restart right up in the top 3 positions. Depends on if they come down to pit road and how they come off pit road, but Matt Hawkins now is back in contention.
Phil, if you've got tires and you're one of the top 3 right now, either Joey Logano or Michael Annett or Matt Hawkins, would you not want to come down? I mean, we've got less than 60 laps of racing that's going to be going. So 60 laps?
If I had 2 sets of tires left, I would put a set on now. If I only had 1 set of tires left, I would not put those tires on now, because I'm telling you, with 20 to 30 laps, with so few cars on the lead lap, with 20 to 30 laps to go, if the caution comes out and you have a spare set of tires, you'll kill it.
So right now, the Aaron's lucky dog goes to Ken Schrader. He gets back on the lead lap. That will make it 4 cars on the lead lap. And here comes Joey Logano. Joey Logano looks like he's going to come back onto pit road. They will do some work to the 25, as does the 28 of Michael Annett. So 1 and 2 are on pit road. Let's go down to Wendy Venerini.
Phil Parsons, you make my job easy down here. That's exactly what's going on with the 25. They have 2 sets of tires left, so why not come down, get a fresh set right now. Now, these are another set of stickers we're putting on. You notice we're going to make a track bar adjustment right here. Joey Logano, slight adjustment, but he's been fairly happy with the car. Michael Annett also coming down pit road, taking advantage of these fresh tires we have in our pit stall. We still have 1 more set if we need it.
That's a great call by Billy Venturini to bring Joey in. There's no sense taking those new tires home with you. They're not going to do any good in the shop.
Well, and I think the best call of the day has to be him staying out those 101 laps on that 1 set of tires and still running competitively. I mean, he was as good as anybody on the racetrack, and he had gone a long run, so he was able to save these tires for now.
Yeah, what's impressive is 75 green flag laps on that set of tires. That was really, really impressive. And as you mentioned, he didn't fall back only to about 3rd spot. So a great job the entire race by Billy and the entire team, and Joey certainly behind the steering wheel.
Jim Trado.
Standing by in Ricky Stenhouse's pit, number 99 coming down pit road, getting called to his pit down the front stretch here. They're going to make an adjustment. The car got a bit too free in that last segment, so the laps they have in it, Ricky knows what he wants. Jeff Campy just made a call to go back with some air pressure changes, a ½ a pound back in to get this car back a little bit tighter than it was before. The 99's now down, and so is the 46 of Matt Carter. They're coming in as well. They're actually going to go right rear jack down 1 screw, and they're going to go up on the pounds of pressure in the right rear tires to get that car handling a bit better. That car was bad. They got it back to neutral. Now they're adjusting a little bit to get some more speed out of that Stein seat Ford.
Matt Carter took over the points lead coming into this race after he was able to get by Justin Allgaier and Frank Kimmel.
Kenny Schrader was also on pit road. He had to pit with the lap down cars, but he will get to drive all the way back around the field, and he is putting his new set of tires on.
Now, the one thing, he will do the same thing that Matt Hawkins did last time. He'll have to start from the tail end of the longest line.
Yeah, Kenny will have to actually have another caution to really get back in contention. He will be back on the lead lap, but he needs another caution to gain all that track position up.
It's still Joey Logano in front of the field. Michael Annett and Matt Hawkins 2 and 3, and Ken Schrader, welcome to the lead lap. Here as we have about 50 laps of racing to go from the Rock. Welcome back to the Rock, ARCA RE Series in their 5th race of the 2008 season. We have completed 258 laps. It's Joey Logano back in front. He's been dominant today on all aspects of the race. He's been able to lap everyone but 5th at this point. And actually, at one point in time, there were only 2 cars on the lead lap. It was he and Michael Annett. But because of the Aaron's lucky dog, we've been able to add 2 cars to that lead lap number. And so Ken Schrader also throwing his name onto the lead lap list. So we have 4 on the lead lap now.
Yeah, going to have another tremendous battle to be in position for the next possibly Aaron's lucky dog. We've got Ricky Stenhouse running 5th right now. He leads that group. Austin Dillon, the 31, the 46 of Matt Carter, the 10 of Chad McCumbee. Those are the only 4 cars right now being shown 1 lap down.
Jim Trado.
Just checked in with Donnie Richardson, Kenny Schrader's crew chief, and I said, how many do you have left? He said, we have 1 full set. And I said, man, this is not Toledo, but I imagine the tires would help you if you got a caution late in the going. He said, man, we got another set. Let's burn them up and use them. We need the tires, and we know it can make a difference. So that's the story there. And we're talking about Ricky Stenhouse, the lead candidate for the Aaron's lucky dog. He also has a set of stickers still remaining in his pit box.
Field comes out of turn number 4. You see there's 3 cars on the outside line. Those are all lead lap cars. And then Ken Schrader also on the lead lap. Green flag in the air. Joey Logano and Michael Annett pulling away early on this restart.
Looked like those guys were lonely in the outside line, didn't it?
Yeah. Quite a few more cars on the inside line than the outside line here, as outside line cars are the only lead lap cars. And again, Ken Schrader had to start from the tail end of the longest line, which was the lap down cars. We'll see if Logano can continue to pull away. It looks like this time Michael Annett's able to stay a little bit closer to him on this restart.
Yeah, it's been like that. The short runs, Joey Logano has not really been able to drive away from these guys, but the longer they go, the better his car seems to get, or the less his car falls off, and he's able to open up huge leads. But right now, Michael Annett's looking pretty good, but again, Joey Logano's been strong all day long.
How do you see this? I mean, Mark Martin talked so highly of this kid when he was 15 years old. How do you see this kind of talent? I mean, right now, consistency is what is really impressing me on this racetrack.
Yeah, sometimes there are drivers that you just have that natural ability. I'm sure they saw it with Jeff Gordon, and I'm sure they've seen it with Tony Stewart, and there's a lot of drivers, but obviously Mark saw something in Joey Logano very, very early, and it's coming true. And here's Michael Annett right here doing a great job. He's running second right now. Wendy, what's his situation?
Well, he has the same amount of tires left as Joey Logano. Now, he was the other car earlier in the race that went 100 laps on pit road before coming in. He took that long stretch from lap 115 to 212, so he has 4 fresh tires left in his pit stall as well.
Well, we know 3 right now of the 4 guys on the lead lap have 1 set of tires. Joey Logano, Ken Schrader, and the 28 of Michael Annett. We still haven't heard about Matt Hawkins with a 39 car.
Right, Matt Hawkins just behind this 28. You see him going through turns 1 and 2 now as they work their way through the turn. And Matt Hawkins would be the other car on the lead lap. Only 4 on the lead lap. Joey Logano pulling away from Michael Annett already after this most recent restart.
Ricky Stenhouse continues to be the car in 5th, which is the first car 1 lap down. So he is in position right now, if the caution were to come out, to get the next Aaron's Lucky Dog.
Matt Hawkins, we had the question if he's got another set of tires. Have you got an answer for us, Wendy?
Answer is, oh, there we go. The answer is yes. He does have 1 more full set of stickers left in the 39 pit stall. So the 28, 39, and 25 on my end of pit road all have a set of tires left.
So anytime the caution flag comes out now, they're going to come onto pit road.
I don't know. They may want to wait. They may, during a commercial break, we were eavesdropping on Billy Venturini, and he said he would love to see the caution come out around lap 295, right, which would give them, a little bit less than 20 laps to go. So that's when he would like to see the caution come out. But that's the call that they're going to have to make. If the caution were to come out right now and you put another set of tires on and the caution comes out 20 laps later, you could be in trouble. There's Billy right there calling the shots. There's his mom, Kathy. Yeah, Mom Kathy right there. But what a great job they've done this entire weekend. But that's the tough call to make, is when you put that last set on.
Trying to think back, the last time Venturini Motorsports was in victory lane would have been with Billy at the wheel, and I believe it was either Salem. It was a short track.
I'm
2 years ago.
I'm thinking maybe 2006.
Salem 2000. I think it was 2006. Crew chief Billy Venturini wheeling that car. So Venturini Motorsports looking to get back into victory lane, this time at the Rock.
Remember, Billy's dad, Bill, was the ARCA champion, former ARCA champion, so they've had a lot of success in this series over the years.
One of the families that have really grown up with this series. Michael Annett, again, holding on to the 2nd spot. Matt Hawkins just behind him in 3rd. 4th is Ken Schrader. 5th, 1 lap down. Ricky Stenhouse still holding on to that transfer position, if it's possible to get the Aaron's Lucky Dog. That has to happen before 10 laps to go in the race. Once we're within 10 laps, they do not give back a lap to the Lucky Dog. But if we continue that long, there might only be 1 car on the lead lap. Joey Logano has put on a clinic here at Rockingham.